Alrighty guys, so we're gonna be going over the banner predictions for Itto, and we got some information in from MiHoYo that allows us to predict this banner a little bit easier. There's also some information from rumors that I'm not gonna give you any leaks in here, so you don't worry about any leaks. But we did get some information that makes it likely to see what the banner is gonna be for this month, and I think we got a pretty hard lucky prediction. Let's jump into it. Alrighty guys, so today we gotta predict the banners, and we're gonna talk about the current banners right now. So for the Eula and Albedo banner, both of the banners ended up being the same, so it looks like going forward when we get rerun banners, there's gonna be the same 4-star is gonna be on the banner. So because that's the case, we can then predict what's gonna happen for the following patch, as well as what's gonna happen for the current Albedo setup, the current Itto and Goru banner. So before we get into that, on the weapon banner from last time, we actually predicted on Bennett as well as Rosa to be coming in. Noelle was one of the side characters that I thought was going to come, and the last character that was going to be either Fischl or Sarah, based upon how everything's going to roll out. But because neither of them are on the banners, it's probably going to be likely that we're going to have something going on for the following banner. Now, if we look at the weapon banner, we actually got most of these weapons correct. I actually predicted a rerun of the Mondstadt series coming out, and if there was going to be a Lithic series going along with it, we said that might come here, but now we know a little bit more about 2.4 coming out, so we know that it's going to be more of a leeway-oriented banner because it's going to be happening around the time of Chinese New Year's, etc. So that's where probably the next rerun of Lithic is going to lie, is in the first 1 or 2 banners of 2.4. Now, we had also predicted every other weapon on the banner that there wasn't going to be no Lithic, so we were pretty much on par with the 4-stars. That's great. The only weapon we did not predict, of course, is the Freedom Sword. And the Freedom Sword, from what I can tell, was there basically so that Albedo would have some kind of weapon, so like a support type deal. But what this also means is that Kazuha is going to probably have a delayed release as far as his rerun banner. And MiHoYo has realized how strong the character Kazuha is, so they're probably going to delay him pretty far. So anybody who's really looking forward to Kazuha, he may not get a rerun for quite some time because of the Freedom Sword on this banner. But they may also come out with another weapon for Kazuha in the future, but I don't know why they would come out with 2 separate signature weapons for Kazuha. So I'm not sure what was up with that, but it does seem that Kazuha is going to be delayed for quite some time. All right, now let's go into the banner history and talk about the next upcoming banner. So because we have a bunch of banners in the past that have like kind of teed up for the Itto banner, all we know so far is that Goru is going to be on the next banner. And because we have not seen Sarah, most likely, my thought process with about 80% certainty, it's going to be Sarah on the Goru banner. The reason I think it's going to be Sarah on the Goru banner is because of the time frame of delay between Sarah as well as Sayu. So Sayu, of course, here on the Hu Tao banner. Sarah would be most likely to be set up here, but she's not there. Sarah's probably teed up to be with Itto because there's actually some lore in Genshin on Sarah's kit that talks about the relationship between Sarah and Itto. So because they have some kind of like relationship and some type of like backstory there's probably going to be Itto paired up with Sarah on this banner if they want to be lore oriented. And because we have Albedo and Bennett and Rosaria kind of all together, Rosaria kind of a thematic character for Dragonspine, Noelle a Mondstadt type character, kind of makes sense to roll into it because you couldn't put Amber on the banner, so it does kind of make sense that Noelle is here. It also kind of pairs well for like a geo-oriented meta going forward, so you have a chance to get your Noelles. And Noelle has been a long time coming, so missing. Now the other character that it could be, if Sarah is not on the banner coming out, the next character it could be is Fischl, because the last time we saw Fischl was back in June on the first Klee rerun, and that was around the same time that Eula got her first rerun. But my thought process is that Fischl is probably not going to be on this next banner and will probably be on the following banner when we go to Leeway. I don't know that for certain, but that makes the most sense. Now, they've never done double element on the same banner, but if they wanted to, this would be a good banner to do it on, have Fischl and Sarah on this banner. But I think that's going to be Goru on this banner as well as Sarah. And the last character a lot of people in my chat have been talking about would be Barbara, because Barbara and Fischl have both had the same duration of time frame for missing on banners. Now, it could, of course, be Fischl and Barbara on the banner. That is a possibility. But I think that might be the most likely option is Barbara on this Goru and Itto banner. Now, that does give like a little bit of like, I don't know when to summon, and that makes it so it's a little bit iffy. The only other character that I think it could be is Sucrose. All the other characters in Genshin, I don't really think there's going to be any other characters besides those. There was some talk in my chat about Jin Yang being in this banner, but that would be like 4 Pyro characters in a row again, and that doesn't seem like it's going to happen. I think that we're going to need to see some Hydro and Electro characters coming out of the mix in this one versus just seeing only Pyro and again in a 4 block. So probably Sucrose, Barbara, Fischl on that last slot. I don't think it's going to be Razor because Razor, it has seen a long time since it's run, but there is not really any synergy between Razor and Itto. I think that we're going to see some kind of synergy for Razor in the following patch. We're going to see some Razor reruns pretty soon. So if you're a Razor fan, then he should be coming out pretty soon. He also is going to be coming out in the shop. He already just came out in the shop recently, so he could see another rerun in like the next 2 banners or so. So it's definitely likely that he will come back soon. So that's gonna do for the banner predictions for characters. Now for the weapon banner, we do know that the red horn slasher is going to be the next weapon coming out here. It's the new Claymore, and because we get the red horn slasher, my thought process is we could see a resurgence of the Skyward Harp. But there have been rumors that are coming out about Ganyu and Zhao coming for the next patch, and that makes a ton of sense as far as rerun characters go. The third character being Zhongli as the rumored character. And the reason these kind of like play into like what would be possible for weapon banners is that I don't think that we're gonna see a rerun of weapons that are signature to those characters. So Jade Spear as well as Amos Bow are probably going to be on the following banner for Zhao as well as Ganyu if they are going to come out. And that makes a ton of sense because Zhao has a very, very heavy tie toward the festivals in 2.3. So 2.4, so I should say, because the festival that happens 2.4 is actually completely oriented toward Li Wei and Zhao, and it's Chinese New Year, a bunch of things happening there. So those weapons are probably not going to be possible here. But that means that if we're going to see a weapon, the weapons that are likely to be for this slot are the Skyward Harp. I would say it would be a pretty likely option. The other options that are likely, which is really weird, is that we could see a rerun of the Mistsplitter. It could happen. Now, Mistsplitter would make this banner a very, very interesting banner. And the reason that Mistsplitter is possible is because of where the Freedom Sword landed last time. Freedom Sword actually landed on the banner for Kazuha, but seeing how we're seeing it super early, the Red Horn Thrasher with the Mistsplitter is a possibility based on the timing of the previous 2 banners. So that is an up in the air possibility, and if that happens, that'd be insane. The more likely options, though, I think, are going to be some type of catalyst, like the Lost Prayer of the Sacred Winds, or potentially the Skyward Atlas. Those are more likely options that I could see happening because we haven't seen resurgences of those in quite some time. We have kind of been like out of the wayside for a lot of catalysts, so that's probably the most likely option is one of those types of catalysts. All right, and then going into the 4 stars of the weapon, the sword option is most likely going to be the Alley Flash. Where's the sword? So if we're gonna get the Alley Flash on this banner, the weapons we're gonna see are most likely Favonius Lance for the spear. Then for the Claymore, it's probably gonna be like the bell or the rain. No, the bell. Probably the bell or Favonius. Between the two, I think it'll be Favonius or bell this time around. And then as far as the books go, my thought process says that this is going to be a Sacrificial Fragments. It makes the most sense. And if a Sacrificial Fragments does land in this banner, it would be likely that Sucrose could land at the same time. So that would be a likely option just based on timing. And then as far as the bow goes, I forgot to pause alerts, didn't I? As far as the bow goes, I think that we're not going to see anything but the Favonius. It doesn't make any sense for anything but the Favonius to land here because we got all the other stuff. You could see Stringless, you could see Sacrificial, but it's probably Favonius because of the longest time frame. Sacrificial is the only other likely option because of Sarah. So on the previous Sarah banner, we did have the Sacrificial Bow, so this time might be the Favonius instead, so it could be Sacrificial for Sarah. So that does make a lot of sense. The only other option is the Mitternax Waltz. So if Fischl's on the banner, I do expect to see a Mitternax Waltz. So if we don't get Sarah and we do get Fischl, it will probably maybe Mitternax Waltz because we haven't seen the rerun of the Mitternax Waltz since June 9th, which has been a very long time since the last time Fischl came on a rerun. So I think that's where it'll land. Mitternax Waltz is a very terrible weapon, unfortunately, so that's probably the only other thing we're going to see there. But that's going to do for the predictions we got this time around. My name's Sekapoko. Thank you much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys enjoyed the video, of course, like, subscribe, all the fun stuff. Let me know what you guys think about these predictions. Comment section down below. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day.